So let's talk about one of the lesser known Reinhardt things, or things that I learned after studying with a Reinhardt teacher that made a big impact on my playing and that I think might help other people too. Now, Reinhardt may not be the only person to have ever taught this, okay? But I had never come across it or wasn't familiar with it. Honestly, wasn't even aware that I was having a problem with this until the person I was taking lessons with noticed it. And so what we're talking about is the brass player's slump. Now, the slump, he talks about that in the encyclopedia. So it's in the encyclopedia if you have like this version, which was the original version. On mine, it's in the section on breathing, question 22. It's page 54 of mine. And the question is, what is the slump which brass men talk about? How is it used? Obviously, this book was written a long time ago, so we've got needlessly gendered assignments here. But talking about the slump. So what is the slump? We're not referring to the slump in regards to like, oh man, I'm having a bad series of playing days. I'm in a slump. It's not that. It's about respiration. And essentially what he's talking about is that, trying to find a place to put this big heavy book, is that, when we take a breath, your optimal breathing, you'll have no contraction at all. Basically, any of the thoracic muscles, any of the muscles to your chest and body, you essentially want no pressure on any of that stuff, so that you can just take a nice relaxed breath, just like you do when you're breathing normally, just like I'm doing as I'm talking to you. So I'm sitting down. You all can't see my stomach in this video, so I'm not holding it in. And whenever I need to take a breath, I just naturally take in air, and my stomach naturally kind of expands, and it's under no tension or compression. When we play the instrument, though, especially if we're playing at high volumes, or maybe getting into range, upper register type stuff, we start adding compression to the air. Now, we may not need to always add compression to our air stream, so we may not always need to be squeezing using the muscles around our kind of sides and chest and back and whatever. There's maybe some notes, and there's certainly a school of thought that we don't have to always use pressure from here, that just the natural elasticity of our lungs and the surrounding muscles, that if we just take a nice breath and just relax, that air will come out, and that is enough of an airstream to have an impact on our playing. I'm not doing any muscular tension. There's air coming out. And so there's, that's worth something to think about. But when we are needing, a zip to our sound, playing the extreme registers, playing with lots of volume, our chest and stomach and back and sides are contracting to squeeze the air out. And so the slump is when you are at a point where you're ready for inhalation, or if you finish your phrase. The slump is before you take your inhalation, that you let everything relax. Let all this relax again. Relax, breathe in, and then play again. And then it all firms back up again. I will be immodest and show my midsection here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I have bulked myself up so that you can easily see this, just for you all, okay? So this is how I am, just like totally relaxed. I'm not like trying to suck anything in or anything like that. It's just relaxed. And I'll just breathe like normal. Just breathe normal. Just like if I was talking, I'm just breathing. And then as we play, we have that compression. Now, a lot of times, so it's still kind of compressed here. A lot of times when we play, we'll take a breath in this way. I can hear my voice. It's under a little bit of tension. And that's okay. You see, it's still under tension. And now you can start to hear it creep in my voice. Take a breath again. Now I'm under more tension because I haven't relaxed any of this. And it's getting harder and harder to play if I was playing this way. So what the slump is when possible, each time you take a breath, you just let this relax. That there's times you need to take those quick little snatch breaths, those quick breaths in a phrase. You're in the middle of a phrase. That it keeps building. But in most cases, if you've got a beat of rest or more, you want to let all that musculature relax. Okay, letting that relax allows you to play more efficiently and with decreasing tension into your playing. So let me try something here just to kind of show you. And I've recently in a brass band, and I've been playing the soprano cornet roll, which is an E flat soprano clarinet or cornet, and which I'm new to. I've never played E flat trumpet or anything like that before, so kind of forgive me if I make some clams here. But I'm just going to play an exercise out of the Arbans, and I'll try to just show you the relaxation as I play. Okay. So in that, I'm trying to give you a couple of different examples. There's times where I would take those quick little snatch breaths, which kind of a funny word, but that's what Reinhardt called it, so I just won't make any more comments on that. But that's where this is staying under tension because I may have less than a beat, and I'm just taking a quick breath without relaxing. But when I have the opportunity, certainly playing alone for practice, I'm trying to let all that relax. And for me personally, I found, bring this back so I can sit down, that the importance for this has been it keeps my overall playing more relaxed and effortless and less tight. Because what I was doing before is just essentially especially as I'm playing long phrases, like an exercise like this or an etude or whatever, I would just get more and more tense, like in the example I gave you before. And it wasn't, I had never realized what was causing this tension. I just thought I was closing my throat. I thought that I, wasn't playing with a long airstream, which is honestly a lot of the crap that is often taught. And, I think just air is often super, super overrated. And I think we generally use too much air. We put too much emphasis on the air. Frankly, if you're breathing well enough to have a conversation like this, you're probably doing a pretty good job with your air already, honestly. And where you need to make improvement probably isn't the air, it's probably elsewhere. So fortunately, Dave Sheets saw that in my playing, saw that I wasn't utilizing the slump. The lesson really consisted of him just saying, go read this out of the thing, out of the manual and out of the encyclopedia, and it made all the difference. So it helped me out a ton, and I hope that it helps you out a ton too. And also, don't forget, check out this Reinhardt stuff. Find a Reinhardt teacher. Go to the Reinhardt forum on Trumpet Herald. Post that you want to find a Reinhardt teacher. I'm not sure if Dave is still teaching. I know Chris LaBarbera is. I know there's some other folks too. Mike Saylor's down in Texas. And there's a few other guys that are teaching. So if you want to get real help with your playing, then look that up.